As a truck driver, I must always be prepared for any road and at any time. Whether it's a desolate road or a busy one, day or night, we need to be ready to reach our destination within a set time frame. I've been working as a truck driver for around 4 to 5 years, and my experience has taught me which roads are peaceful and which ones are prone to congestion. One particular experience stands out in my memory. I received an unexpected request from a client to deliver a shipment of rice. Since the request came suddenly, I had no choice but to make the delivery at night. I took my usual assistant along, and the client also sent someone to oversee the goods. We departed at 8 p.m., aiming to arrive at our destination around midnight. The only route available to us was a hilly road that ran alongside a ravine. Traveling at night usually offered a smoother journey due to the fewer vehicles on the road, allowing us to reach our destination more quickly. About 30 minutes before reaching our destination, I noticed an old house on the right side of the road, perched above the ravine. The dilapidated state of the house caught my attention, leaving me puzzled as to how it managed to stand. Upon arriving at our destination, it took us an hour to unload the goods. We began our return journey around 1 a.m., with both my assistant and the client's representative falling asleep as we made our way back. As we approached the old house once again, the car's headlights illuminated a figure standing in front of it, a grandfatherly figure wearing worn-out clothes and leaning on a cane. As we drew nearer, the old man began walking toward the middle of the road. Panic set in as I realized that avoiding him would mean driving into the ravine on the left side of the road, resulting in certain death for all three of us. On the other hand, if I didn't avoid him, the old man would certainly perish. It was a difficult ethical dilemma, but in the end, I chose to prioritize saving 3 lives over one. Besides, given his age, it seemed unlikely that the old man had much longer to live. As my truck approached the old man, I noticed something strange. He seemed oblivious to the truck's presence, as if there was no vehicle bearing down on him. However, I caught sight of his eyes, multiple eyes, surrounding his head. As I braced myself for impact, the truck continued to move smoothly, as though nothing had happened. Confused and shaken, I brought the truck to a halt, waking up my companions to share what had transpired. I asked them to check behind the truck to see if the old man's body was there. One of my friends disembarked, only to return moments later in a state of panic, shouting,
"There's nobody there! It's a ghost! A ghost!"
Filled with fear, I stepped on the gas to flee from that place. Another strange encounter occurred when I was relocating to a new house, a considerable distance away, about a 2-hour drive. Since it would take a while to transport my belongings from the old house to the truck, I set out at night with my wife instead of my regular assistant. The route I took was a mountainous one, with steep inclines that only a truck could traverse. Maneuvering through the twists and turns of the mountain roads, I reached the steepest section, an almost 180-degree curve with a ravine on the left side. As I began ascending the road, I spotted an old man. Unlike my previous experiences, he stood upright, donning a white shirt and a farmer's hat. Recognizing him as the same kind of entity from before, I focused on navigating the treacherous turn. Even as he appeared beside the vehicle, I caught sight of his eyes, once again covering his entire head. I turned my gaze away, concentrating solely on reaching my destination. I couldn't explain why this creature appeared before me, but I developed a theory that it manifests on steep roads or those adjacent to ravines. Its purpose seems to be to startle the driver, causing them to swerve and plunge into the ravine, resulting in a fatal accident. This theory gained further support from recent news. A bus carrying 40 passengers, including the driver and assistant, met their demise on the same road where I had encountered the apparition near the old house. The bus had careened off the road and into the abyss beneath the house. The true intent behind the creature's appearances remains unknown, but what is certain is that it will continue to manifest to claim more victims.